course, let me tell you, what I like about this.
He's ready.
He's ready? Okay, let's bring Thomas on, and then we'll go to David.
Hello. Good morning, Uncle Les. Can you hear me?
Well, of course. Well, I want to officially, in front of everybody, say, welcome, Mr. Platinum Senior Vice President Thomas Felder. Job well done, brother. I appreciate you, and we certainly love the work you're doing and how you're inspiring others. And I don't know if you heard me earlier. I just read the definition of a leader from the dictionary, and it just epitomized everything you're about, and for your team and for all of us. So, congratulations, and I'll turn it over to you. I know those of you who haven't heard the Thomas Felder story, just sit back and listen to Thomas, and I'll tell you, buckle up, go for the ride. So, Thomas, congratulations, brother. The floor is yours.
All right, thank you so much. First of all, I want to give it back to you, Uncle Les. I said it to everybody who's on this call. Our whole team started with learning about this business, the industry, what it's about, how to kind of navigate the 5 links and network marketing. And we could not have done it, not even one day, without Uncle Les and his vitamin call. I mean, he got us into a pattern of saying every day, learn more about your business, learn more about it. You can't trip up into success. It's not by accident. It's got to be a decision. And Uncle Les, every day he pours out himself, and he teaches all of us. I mean, I was a complete ignoramus when it came to network marketing, especially 5 links. And so I'd wake up every day, and just the vitamin call to me was the lifeline that I needed. So, Uncle Les, I just thank you on behalf of everybody on the call. I thank you for doing what you do to give all of us who don't know what we're doing a chance to win. So I thank you, and I thank you, truly. Now I just want to talk to everybody on the call. And I want to talk to 3 different people on this call. There's three types of people on this call. The first type of person on the call is you just got into the business. You're brand new. You don't know who I am. You barely know who Uncle Les is. Somebody slipped you the vitamin call number, and you on this call trying to figure what you got yourself into. You spent $249, and now you're going to sit around and hope to hit the lottery tomorrow in this business. So let me talk to you first. I looked at this business, and I would probably say 16 months ago, I got tricked into going to a meeting. And when I got there, I was angry. I mean, literally, if the meeting was 50 minutes long, for 49 minutes, I was salty. And I felt like I didn't need this business, nor did I want this business, and why would somebody bring me here to waste my time? And nobody on this call was more skeptical than I was about this business, truly. And because I didn't know what they were selling that night when I walked into Marty Wynn's basement. But somehow, when I listened to the presentation, it all made sense. I mean, we work with a bunch of Fortune 500 companies, Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, Wells Fargo, Dish, and DirecTV. As we help those big companies acquire customers, we get paid a small commission. I mean, it's not a lot of money. You're not going to retire off of any one account, but on average, it's somewhere around 50 cents to $2 a month. But somehow, when we build this business and acquire a few customers and a few business partners, and each one of those people acquire a few customers and a few business partners, our business starts to grow. And something about the leverage and the magic of numbers growing could create a stream of income that you and your family can live a pretty decent life, or at least supplement the income that you currently have from it. So it's not unreasonable that in 16 months you can have more than 20,000 customers, that every month you're getting paid a small commission of 50 cents to $2 a month. And that can really change the trajectory of most people's financial situation. So really, guys, that's all we do, right? That's all we do. Know that we're not a pyramid, right? Everybody, they immediately think if you got to get people and they got to get people and somebody's at the top, it's a pyramid. Well, I want to tell you it's not a pyramid. Pyramid means that there are no products and services being exchanged. And if you listen to my explanation about our business, there are products and services. Nobody in this business can even be in the business and be considered qualified without having a product, right? And the company does that intentionally. That keeps us in compliance with all the laws and regulations about network marketing. The second thing is, in a pyramid, you can't get past the person who invited you into this business. You just can't. I mean, it's built that you got to stay down, and the person who brought you in stays up. And I got to tell you guys, in this business, I've been in the business 16 months. In 16 months, if there's 50,000 or more people in this company, we've been able to shoot past a decent number. So this business does not hold you back, right? There's no racism in this business. There's no sexism. I mean, it doesn't care if you have a criminal record or a zero credit score or just whatever the normal things in life that hold a regular person back. You can win in this business. All it requires to win in this business is a hunger for success. The hunger and a good work ethic. This business is designed for anybody who ever worked hard and never got paid what they're worth. That's all this business is for, right? It's not for the lazy guy. If you're a lazy person and you're on this phone, just hang up now and go back to your day job. It ain't for you, right? It's for the person who's killing themselves at this job making $9 an hour or killing yourself making $200 an hour and not being paid what you're worth. That's what this business is for. This business is for the person that says, as fast as I'm willing to run, I want to be paid. For as much pain as I'm willing to endure, I want the reward. That's what this business is for. If you're the kind of person that would go on American Idol or one of those Survivor shows or The Apprentice, and you're willing to endure all that pain and punishment of that show in order to, at the end of the year or end of the episode or the show, to get $1 million, this is your business. This business is made for you, right? And all you got to do to really succeed in this business is do your training, right? And the nice thing about it is everybody in this business, with the exception of 1 or 2 people in 5 links, have never had an experience in network marketing. We all came and we started on day one, brand new, fresh. There was no big I's and little U's. We all started on the same level playing field. And 5 links gave us a system, and it all starts out with some classes called 5 Links University, right? They're in your back office. And what we do is I recommend to all of my team to do it at least 3 times in a row from beginning to end. Now, everybody always wonders why I do that, right? And I'll tell you why. You go to college and you got to study, right? And it is the basis for you being a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever, accountant, plumber. You got to go and learn some of the rudimentary stuff, some of the vocabulary, some of the things that make sense to kind of bring it all together. And that's what it requires. You can't go to an astronaut. I mean, you can't go to the moon if you don't know what astronaut means, right? Or you don't know what rocket ship means, right? Even if you don't have to build a rocket ship, you just need to know some of the basic stuff. And I find that once you do the bare minimum or the minimum requirements of doing those classes, little things start to come together. Little things start to make sense. Stuff that Uncle Les is going to be talking about on these calls from day to day. Wow, it all kind of comes together. You just can't get on the call and expect Uncle Les to teach you the vocabulary, right? Teach you the alphabet and put the letters and then do a sentence for you. I mean, it's going to make it a grueling exercise, right? So do those classes, right? It's just watching a bunch of videos. And if you're too lazy to do that, then you're too lazy to do the business, right? Don't expect any success without doing those classes 3 to 4 times. I mean, I talked to Chad Thompson recently. He said he's going to start telling his team to do it 5 times. I mean, some of y'all might need to do it 50. I don't know how many times you need to do it. But, at a minimum 3 times, all the way through. There's modules for every level of training, ET, ED, ND, SVP, PSVP, and extended training, energy training. Do it all the way through 3 times. I mean, that is in your first couple of hours in the business, right? And I'm telling you, once you do that, you sort of get an appreciation for what you have your hands on. I try to tell people you missed out on Google, you missed out on Microsoft, you missed out on Facebook. But guess what? You got 5 links. 5 links, guys, is going to explode over the next few years. And all of your friends that didn't want to get in, they're going to be like, man, I knew I should have got in. It's too late, right? Just like all the Google people who missed it. Everybody always wanted to be on the ground floor of something great. You are on the ground floor of something great. And so many times I talk to people in this business, they don't even realize the wealth that is waiting for them. They're out there talking about, I don't have a job, I need to get a second job, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, in this business, they're sitting in the middle of the ocean talking about they're thirsty. I mean, most of y'all could just put your face down in the water and it'll take care of all your issues, right? So that's number 1. Do your classes. And then the second thing is learn the presentation, right? There's a guy in our business. His name is Steve Carter. And when I first got in, I had no idea who he was. But, after I went to a presentation, somebody gave me one of his videos, And I watched it. And you can get it too. It's on YouTube, or it comes in your new rep training package, right? Steve Carter kind of lays the business out for you in little small steps, that presentation that maybe you saw on the night you got in, right? That presentation is so well done. I mean, that man put the time and effort and energy into that presentation like Barack Obama put into the inaugural address. I mean, it's just a lot of care into it. You may never sound like Steve Carter, never, right? You may never have his eloquence, but I tell you, if you practice it every single day, like your financial freedom depended on it, like your mother's surgery depended on it, like your child's braces depended on it, like you getting a new car depended on it, like you paying your rent depended on it. I mean, I'm just telling you, you gotta have that level of urgency. But I'm telling you, if you do that over and over every day, something incredible is going to happen. One day you're going to be on your job or on the metro or talking to your auntie, and they're going to tell you about some financial issue they're having. And I'm telling you, your mouth is going to open up, and it's going to sound like music. It's just going to be the sweetest thing. You're going to say to them, hey, listen, you have a problem. I have the answer. You have a problem. Here's the answer. Here's the solution. And it's just going to be you repeating what Steve Carter said. That's it. And then you're going to seem like the smartest person there ever was, thanks to Steve, right? So learn the presentation, everybody. Don't wait on your upline. Don't wait on Uncle Les, right? Don't wait on Tupac. Don't wait on Stan, right? And all of those are great guys. But God bless the child that got his own, right? That presentation, if you learn it, it's like having your own fishing rod, pulling your own fish, right? Get your own stuff. You can build your business. This business is designed that if you never met your upline, if you never knew who they were, you can still win. All right, so we got the classes, guys. We got a guy named Steve Carter, right, who's kind of laid out a great format. And you can modify his presentation, but listen, it's just a great one to learn, right? Learn his first and then work your way backward, right? But I say start at the top. And then the third thing that I would say to everybody who's on this call, if you're brand new, the third thing that you've got to do is expose the business. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I mean, nobody wants to hear that part. They want to hear that there's some magic formula that you can shoot out stuff on the internet and people will just immediately sign into your business, hundreds of them every week, right? It doesn't happen. You got to expose the business. You got to talk to people and let them say no to you. Invite them over to your house for a meeting, a network marketing event, a meetup, whatever you want to call it, and give them the chance to say no. I mean, that's really all it's about. Just give them a chance to say no. They deserve it as your friends. Because when you become wealthy in this business, and it might take you years, I don't know, it might take you 5 years, right? But 5 years to hit platinum, I guarantee you to be worth it because it ain't going to happen that way on your job. You can stay in your job for 5 years and they'll downsize you. They'll take away what you have. They'll take you from the cubicle and put you down at the receptionist desk. I'm just saying, right? Be prepared to go through the process. Don't judge your success by anybody else in this business. You don't know what kind of sacrifices they made. And, you may not be willing to make their sacrifices. So, those are the three basic things for all the new people. So everybody who's new in this business, use videos, use YouTube, shoot things out to your friends and family. When you can't explain the business, email them a Steve Carter video, but definitely learn your own and be willing to take some no's as you share the business. All right, so those are the new people. Boom, we got y'all out the way. Thanks for being on the call. All right, now let's talk to the people. You guys have been in this business for about a year. You've been in this business for about a year, and maybe you're an ET or ED, and you feel like, boy, how do I get to ND land? I'm talking to y'all. All right? That's just me, just us on the line. Uncle Les ain't on. It ain't nobody else. It's just the people. Y'all been in the business a year. Y'all stuck in ET, ED land. And I'm going to tell you how to get to ND land and SVP land. Fair enough? Awesome. Here it goes. If you're an ET right now, the way you get to ED is help the two people underneath you win. That's it. I know it sounds real simple, but that's all it is. Help them win. Help them win. You got one person under you. You say, hey, listen, make a list of 5 or 6 people. Let's go talk to them. Let's get them out to a meeting. Let me help you get them in the car. Let me talk to your grandma for you. Let me give her a presentation, right? You got to do everything in your power to help those two people win. I mean it. And I'm telling you, you excite them. You motivate them, right? Now, don't carry them. Don't carry them. Support them, right? Because if you carry them, you got to carry them all the way to SVP, and that's a long journey, right? But just support them, right? Because if they won't move, then you leave them alone and you move on to somebody else. But don't let them fail because they didn't feel supported, right? If there's a BOM and they don't have a car, you got one, go pick them up, right? Even if they got a car, go pick them up because maybe they ain't got gas money, right? Maybe they live in another city. Get on the train, get on the bus, get on the plane, right? And a lot of you guys say to yourselves, man, that's a lot of effort just for two people. Oh, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of effort, right? But every time somebody in your team succeeds, you're building a philosophy of success. You're building a tradition of success. You are going to build somebody saying, you know what, I want to be with John because John is going to make sure we win. I want to be with Susie because she goes the extra mile. And you build that one person at a time. And guess what? They'll duplicate you. If you're ET right now, you help those two people get their two people, guess what? You get one more, you're ED. There's no ET on this phone right now. If you honestly go out of your way and do the first things that I was talking to the new people about, do your classes, learn the presentation, right? There's no reason no ET on this line cannot be ED in the next 7 days. None. You got to be on fire, though. Talk to everybody you know. Email everybody you know. Text everybody you know. And just say, hey, take a look at my business. It'll show you how to make some additional income from home. Send them the Steve Carter presentation and say, get back to me. That's simple. If you're interested or if you have any questions or if you know somebody, right? At this point, I don't even give people the opportunity to say no to me in the business. All I simply say to them is, listen, do you know somebody who's looking to earn some additional income? So when the person wants to be a smarty and turn around and say, no, they're not looking for additional income, I get to say, listen, I wasn't talking about you. Do you know somebody? Do you know somebody? All right? So listen, ED's on the line. Help the two people and do you win. Help them win. Give them everything you got, right? You care for them like your newborn child. You give them every tool that they need. You make sure they get to nationals. 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 You make sure they get to the BOM. You make sure they get to all the special training, right? You're going to be their coach. You're their mentor. And I know a lot of people say, man, that's a lot of work for two people. But listen, what you do in your organization, you're going to end up doing it, and it's going to spread throughout your organization when it grows to 2,000 people, when it grows to 20,000 people. Those people are going to give the same care and attention to every new person that comes in that you gave to them. All right? Make sure they know about the vitamin call. Make sure they know about all the training calls because you can't be everywhere all the time. Give them all the resources that they can win without you, and that's when you're duplicating yourself. All right? So those are just for the ETs and EDs. Dig down into your own legs as fast as you can and go one by one on your team if you need to. Go down and call them one by one and just tell them, hey, John, Mary, Susie, today's your first day. Today's your first day. Forget what happened yesterday. I know your business wasn't moving. Forget the bonus. We didn't get into this deal for a bonus. We got into it for residual. Listen, today's our new day. Today's our great day. Listen, we could do it. We could do it. We could do it. You got to motivate them. They're relying on you. They're drained out. They're used to failing. You got to tell them, hey, this is a new day. You know, yesterday it was dark. Today the sun is shining. Don't let people stay in a rut in your business because when they get in a rut, they don't move. They don't move. And some of you guys, you're just content with having an app, right? I'm not looking for an app. I'm looking for a champ, right? Some of y'all are looking for chumps. And sometimes the difference is you, right? You can turn a chump into a champ by supporting them. Show them that you're here to make sure that they win, right? So we're dealing with the ETs and the EDs. Now I'm talking to the NDs. Right? The NDs, y'all are in the worst position out of any position in this entire company. Right? I'm sorry, y'all. I've been there. I was an ND for a couple of weeks. I know what it's like. Right? As an ND, what happens is you're making decent money, right? But not really enough money to sort of maybe quit your job, maybe. Or you're one of those NDs that's making a lot of money, and you don't have enough sort of pain to go forward to SVP. Get out the valley, y'all. Get out of it. Get out of that ND valley, right? You're like somebody who's at a nice resort, and you're just comfortable in the lobby. Get out of the lobby. Get out, right? And forget about sometimes as an ND, you say to yourself, if I help these other people win, they cut into my money. So what? So what, right? You're missing out on a bigger prize because you're holding on to some chump change. Go for the bigger prize. Don't be afraid to go forward. Because if you got what it takes to hit ND, you got what it takes to hit SVP. And you can easily hit from ND to SVP in 60 days. That's a 60-day run, right? Because if you're an ND, take the next 30 days and work on that ED leg to your left. Work on it. Call everybody. Help everybody get 2 people. I mean, you be their coach. You be at a PBR every single night for those people, 6 or 7 nights a week, 5 or 6, 7 nights a week. You're at a PBR for that team. And I'm telling you, if you already learned the presentation, remember, it seems like everything is building on everything else. It is. Everything is building on everything else, right? Because now you've done your classes, you know how to present, you can now go back and support this humongous team that you have. Because if you're an ND, you have at least 21 people. You have at least 21 people on your team minimum, right? So now you're digging down and helping each one of those people do their PBR. You are setting a wicked schedule. So every day when you get up for your job at 5, be dressed to go to their PBR. Do it for them. Do it with them. And eventually they'll do it on their own, right? I'm telling you, it's just a system. That's all it is. We're all grinding in a little bit at a time. And if you do exactly what I'm telling you, NDs, in 60 days we'll be breaking you as an SVP. It's really just a 60-day run. It's 2,000 points. 2,000 points is nothing. You know, if every person at a minimum gets 10 points, what's that? 200 people? 200 people, 60 days throughout your entire organization, right? And let's assume that a couple of those people get a couple of products, right? Because if they get a couple of products, you're really good. You know, move a couple of text alerts, a couple of ID guards, a couple of cell phones, your points will run pretty quickly. And the company's been great when doing a whole lot of double point promotions. So that's really kind of cutting into it, right? And listen, if you don't hit it in 60 days, then 90, right? But set a goal for 60 days. Write it down, right? I write on my mirror all the time in soap. I write every goal that I have, and I just chip away at it. I'm not very organized like some of y'all with day planners and such. My mirror works just fine with soap. I see it every morning, and it reminds me of what I got to do. Y'all with me? So I wrote on my mirror this morning, I wrote Diamond, and I wrote December 24th, 2013, Diamond. Right? So for me to hit Diamond, all I need is 24,000 people. That's it. It's 24,000 people properly positioned. Right? So now I've got a goal. Right? The easiest way to do that is to create 7 platinums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 platinums on my front line creates 1 diamond. Oh, yeah. Who knows if I'll hit it? But if I don't set a goal, I won't hit nothing. I got to have a target. If I shoot for the stars, at least I'll break through the ceiling. Y'all with me? Right? That's for y'all NDs. Become more uncomfortable. Don't be comfortable in ND land. Get out of there. Get out of there. It's dangerous territory. Right? It's just like somebody leaving Egypt and heading to the promised land and find a little oasis and just chills in the oasis. Get out the lobby. Get out the oasis. Right? Go for the promised land. Go upstairs in the resort. Right? Make it to the place where you get the massage. Get out of the lobby. All right? Now, listen. Now, this last set of people that I'm talking to, it's y'all people. Y'all are on the brink of SVP. You are on the brink. You are on the brink of SVP. Or maybe you're an SVP on this line. Or maybe you're a platinum. Maybe you're a platinum on this line. And platinums, listen, I'm just talking to you. We just friends. You know, I know you guys have put in every y'all have paid y'all dues. Y'all are the cream of the crop. But guess what? We all could get better. Everybody can improve. Everybody. Right? But here's the deal. I'm really talking to y'all on the verge of SVP or you are SVP. I'm talking to y'all. You are in this business. You are moving. You are a leader. Everybody's following you. And you're saying, how do I get mass momentum on my team? How do I get mass momentum? How do I get mass momentum? There's a very, very simple formula for mass momentum. It's called nationals. It's called nationals. Nationals will explode your business. That is the one sort of thing that I have realized that makes it so your team is not wholly relying on you for vision, right? Because right now, if you get to SVP or you at ND, you get ready to break SVP, or even if you're a platinum, right now your whole team, for the most part, is relying on your vision. For as much vision as you have is as far as they're going to go if they don't get to nationals. If they don't get to nationals. If they don't see platinums and double platinums and they don't hear this training and all of these things that go on and see the lights and know that there are BMWs and Bentleys being given out, all of a sudden when they hit that level, when they get to nationals, they got their own vision. They got their own vision. They can see their own path now. So if for whatever reason Uncle Les tomorrow starts doing a vitamin call, that person who went to nationals says, you know what, I've got a taste of what it's like. I got a taste of the promised land. I got a taste of what it is to leave the lobby. I got a taste of it. And let me tell you, something about when you get a taste of something better, you can't go back to what you had. You can never be complacent. You can never just settle for less. Right? If you finally, your boss start giving you $50 an hour, you can't go back to minimum wage. You can't go back. If you get a taste of what it's like to have financial freedom and see other people with it, you want what they have, and you're going to run towards it with everything you got. Listen, this ain't the normal call that I give, but something in my spirit told me I had to give this one today, and I don't know who it was for. But whoever's on this call, I hope you're receiving it. I hope you're taking notes. This business is not hard. Most of y'all give a lot of hard effort on your job, right? Y'all working for somebody who hates you, some of y'all. Got a pink slip in their pocket waiting for you to slip up so they could send you home, right? They waiting for you to ask for an extra day off to be with your kid who's sick, right? They waiting for some bad weather and you can't make it in. They got the secretary clocking every minute that you go to the restroom and that you go on your lunch break. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But y'all are willing to endure that every day and not running your business. You got to run. Yeah, it's going to hurt. It's like leaving a plantation. There are going to be some obstacles. Your toes are going to get cut. You're going to get lost in the woods, end up in the swamp. Alligators are going to be after you. But I'm promising you, it is better than the plantation. You got to run to freedom. Got to run. And quitting is not an option, right? I tell people all the time, listen, getting off the ark is not an option. Where do you go when you get off the ark? Right? If the ark was rocky and shaky, where do you go when you get off? Right? Listen, Uncle Les, I'm giving them the best that I have this morning. Maybe I'm talking to myself. Maybe nobody on this line can hear me. Maybe I'm cut off. I don't know. But I'm just telling y'all, today is the first day in your business. I'm telling you, it's the first day of mine. I am falling in love with this company, right? I'm falling in love with this company because of what it can do. I'm watching it change people's lives, and I'm watching it give people options. And I'm never going to stop running in this deal. Y'all ain't going to never see me toting some coffee and vitamins and lotion and Tupperware. It ain't going to happen. And I know every time I see somebody leave this company and think they're going to go somewhere else and it's going to be easier, I don't care where you go, it's still going to require work. And if I have to work, I'm going to work somewhere where my customer could come in for free. I ain't got to tote stuff in my trunk, right? And it's for a bill that you're going to have to pay forever, even if you hate me, right? It just makes good sense. Uncle Les, am I still on the line, or am I talking to myself?
No, you're still on the line, Thomas. You're absolutely on fire. I think you have the whole Vitamin Call family on fire right now, as expected. But I always love having you on because I tell you, you're just following God's mission, and He sent you a message to deliver to a lot of people on the call today, from all senior people all the way down. So we truly appreciate the message. Excited about hearing from you.